afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I stand before you not just as a journalist, but as a witness to history, a child of Ghana's turbulent past, and a soldier in the fight for truth. Yesterday, in the Essex County Superior Court of New Jersey, an 8-member jury delivered a unanimous verdict holding Kennedy Agyapong, former Ghanaian MP, liable for defamation and awarding damages of $18 million. The ruling is more than a legal victory. It is a profound affirmation that truth matters, that justice is not a privilege of the powerful, and that the arc of history does indeed bend towards righteousness. My story begins long before this moment. I was born at the 37 military barracks in Accra, the son of the soldier who served in an era where power belonged to those who wielded the gun. I grew up watching my nation transition from military rule to democracy, witnessing firsthand the struggle of ordinary Ghanaians yearning for justice, transparency, and accountability. When Ghana finally embraced democracy, I knew that safeguarding it required more than just laws. It needed the unyielding courage of those willing to hold power accountable. That is why I chose journalism, not as a career, but as a calling. Over the years, my team and I have exposed corruption at the highest levels, from the corridors of politics to the halls of justice. But in fighting the corrupt, one becomes a target. Mr. Agyapong, in a desperate bid to silence me, labeled me a land grabber, an extortionist, a murderer, a tax evader, and a blackmailer who ought to be hanged. These were not just lies. They were calculated attempts to destroy my credibility and put my life in danger. While Ghana's legal system failed to deliver justice in 2018, the U.S. court upheld truth. This case was not easy. Proving defamation in the United States requires establishing actual malice by a clear and convincing evidence standard, one of the highest legal thresholds in the world. That the jury ruled 8-0 in my favor on every count is a testament to the fact that Mr. Agyapong acted with reckless disregard. Regrettably, Ghana's justice system has not always lived up to the principles of fairness and impartiality. When I sued Mr. Agyapong in 2018, despite his inability to legally substantiate his allegations, the court ruled against me, with Justice Barr scandalously branding me a terrorist instead of adjudicating the facts before him. This miscarriage of justice was later condemned by Supreme Court Justice Kolende, who rightly described it as a violent abuse of judicial authority. My fight has never been for personal gain, but for the soul of Ghana's democracy. This victory in the US sends a powerful message. The media cannot be silenced, truth cannot be buried, and those who wield power must be held accountable. Let this moment be a wake-up call to all who seek to erode the foundations of justice in Ghana. Let it remind us that democracy is not just about elections, but institutions that uphold the truth, courts that deliver justice without fear or favor, and citizens who refuse to accept corruption as the norm. To my legal team, Andrew Dehere Esquire, Arthur Womega Esquire, Evans Salasi Adeka Esquire, and Odei Kro Esquire, I am forever grateful for your dedication to justice. And to my supporters in Ghana and around the world, your unwavering belief in the fight strengthens my resolve. The battle against corruption continues. We will name shame and jail. Ghana deserves better, and I will never stop fighting for a future where justice is not a privilege of the powerful, but the right of every citizen. Thank you.
Of Ameswali. When I condemn Anas, Omwa Kazakwe Omudi, Onipana Okunu no Ashanti region. Police for na kasa na ebrufu me. So honorable, we know what the way is exonerated now. Minimum why this thing happened to stay away a day. But me say, how do I stay away when Anas Kromfo within me, sir, mention my name? Up to extent, a congressman report to me. Yes. And me drew Houston in 2019 November. Almost stop me. Say me na makukum ameswali. That's the report. Now and you have the report. You know. Now near ya woman say. Omo catch me say. Mimi nya butre. Na akwano. Your friend Ansu Jiabo. And mu ye privilege. Mu ye privilege. You are the first. A shame before. Monsieur Kumasi, your friend Ansu Jiabo. One more person in the picture. Okum Ameswan. Yes. You are privileged. Mika Ansu Jiabo.
Ansu Jiabo.
Yes. Yes. Ansu Jiabo.
Anna police phone in the mouse.
Yes. And in the pictures are cheering me. Say Minya Butre over 1 year. Exclusive. Over 1 year. And my name is up there. And here the sad story they told me. My brother, with him. Almost say, almost in the picture, say some tall guy. Now, anytime one the location, my information to Kumasi police, draw no more letter no Kumasi police. Yes, I'm telling you today. The name the police, TNE or Chinamesi Abeba, and I don't give a damn because it's my reputation on the line.
Right.
Ansu Jiabo, let me repeat again. Ansu Jiabo.
Honorable, see a catcher already. How long?
Me say over a year. The first commander, I will catch him. Meninity British Airways, and will catch them. The new guy who took over, and so has confirmed. The last year, threatened to mention that there was Ominya Butre no more day. Forensic American report to Inaba. They are working on it. It's over 4 months. I cannot continue getting that embarrassment, humiliation, accusation.
Nne dia obepie mu o my Ghana any will be my mu a chese nipa ba ko ani din action di ye papa NPP for former flag bearer no one show contest bi say NPP for fa kunwa ne ma no na nka won bebua wo my Ghana no my Ghana emfa ne ntuma pa emfra Kennedy wohene Agyapong mema will show down chese ne fans ne ade ade asado ya me mo ka say wo mu nyina no wo mu amoto esan say Anas areme yawo Anas asaso peja honorable Kennedy ohene Agyapong e na akopie mu e wo US court no wo mu kopie mu honom ne de abusua ensem bebre na chesa ba beto me na so ne de ya matena sei me beto me bo mapensem pensem ye bekwa akotie videos ni audios ni ade nyina so no aba mama mahwefo nyina akwa basonko enfambra atija twumedie so e wo Kumasi online GH midi ene nana ya se wasado de ensem bebre na no ena maboaboa me de eso mo nya subscribe ya na wa subscribe dia mama adoma na dan che no click so mama video biara de betum bia no wo benya notification neja wa hwe bi nensam so amede so mo no wa dwuntwe bia na wo de afa comment section na say ede amame Kumasi online media school ena asoma se asabre media tija twumedie no eso mo me number is 0557036109 wo news episode de send me a wo betimi ede asend me when is djumedie ho so na episode ba na abeso ase a wo betimi afred was 0550623377 and as 0557036109 men say amomre no yentu fa na yenko your stories for today in the year 2018 that is 29th of May to May 29 2018 and ayanka sayo hene prekope Kennedy ohini Agyapong ekotena eye Adum TV and Anas areme yawo Anas wakoka se waye kromfo ye blackmailer o yusu words bi e wono so a chese Anas areme yawo Anas so sansama Kennedy ohini Agyapong keka fan hu nyina no ade a chese anye ne dente no wo pagya no ede ne kopie mu court na wode ne kopie mu court no ebusia ensem bebre na ebubo baba that time no weka ya na eba Anas areme yawo Anas dia say ya onye expose ni ade wodi mu ntintima pa na de yakoba ye nyina no na efa wo my Ghana ye football eye kwesi na ntechi na that time no Anas areme yawo Anas be expose eye kwesi na ntechi se oje bribe sika hodro wo je said ye be ya che say oh my Ghana ye football nsensem a ye complain say enko ye ni ade nyina no ade a wodi mu ntintima it during that time na Kennedy ohine Japan so no wodi we bi ba ya ne ya to din say who watches the watchman one so yes so the be expose ya na sorry me ya wa nas ekwan ya no wo fa so a prepi no woji sika di free wo hono ma na ne camera no a capture ne camera capture na wodi ababo ntense sebe we ye kromfo na say we ye corrupt na that time na kwesi na ntechi he was the head of my Ghana ye football won sensemo no na ye peni na woda no itina bra anasa me ya wa na say the videos ba abo ntense kwesi na ntechi o ye corrupt no na so show Kennedy ohine Japan so ba ye na Kennedy so be ka say emprepi no aya na so no wone ne boys no wo ba no mo no ubedi nkomo na ebia we so ebia ye hia wo mu akura bia wo de envelope bi mana na wo mo cameras na capture no de aba abonten no de aba be ye say wo ba be gisika de free no honom ni ade to you words bi say corrupt or ye evil ni ade case no ekopie mu ewo my Ghana court that is last 2 years 2023 and Kennedy ohine Japan edi nkunim between ononi anasa me ya case no ani nua be ma Rafa Japan kra eba abonten ye be express ne ho ni ade se anasa ye evil o mekeka nsem bebre na but that time no judge a wotena asem ni mu no ye judge ba wo kacha anasa se onye ne max no na yenhwe nipa nanim yenhwe se nipa we ne ni di asem na na so osimesi ano obente ne ni di asem no ena ana asare me ya o se enya de obeyi ne max ende wo ba beyi ne max ekire nti sa ne ma we nyina no kubo ba ya ena ma Kennedy ohine Japan ebedi nkunim Then in Sankasem, we be see a truck or two baby actually. Say, Anasar me ya wanting and was we pay your case na straight to US obi memu. Now what the case in copy obi memu and the lawyer for one so tina submission, a lawyer for tina submission, one see ya. Said the near America call near dear no, Kennedy or Hine Japan. What when it's Anasar me ya so the most times when the exposes for the Bible until only BBC for cry and I Juma. It's the case. No copy US no wo mkeka bo me na lawyer we akasa na judge we akasa na ebusia beko no na chese Kennedy ohini Japan yes the defamation of character according to Anas no was wo gu nanim ase ono no wo pre or kokode se na my Ghana bribery and corruption a cost wo hanum say no ebetimi abawie ye ba so wo beba abonte na beba be frefrefrefe ni din ni de ade a wo gu ono Anas arme ya Anas wo gu ni din hu fi inti na ebe kokọ no na chese Kennedy ye di 18 million US dollars ashna sum left right front and center ebusia enye asem ketwa na eyade a chese Kevin Taylor ene Anas arme ya Anas ne lawyer your friend Evans Edika etoche enkomo ekwan ya asa na ema we nyina akọ 18 million US dollars no brebe na Kennedy betua eden na Kennedy beye obetumi asa aprele se bia court na ente so Anas wo betu buo ni woto ne bo a cheche ni nyina mu amehye so obeka me ho ne yakọ na yakọ akotie ni nyina no abasisia
so court nyina staff that work court nyina no we are dedicating it to your case into it's no small matter.
I know.
I've
been there. It's not easy.
Before they will go to trial, no, there's mandatory settlement conference. I better say this maybe by this time no will be say ya grow no or they'll commit to the rights and senses and decide say this shouldn't go on because yes. And I acquire no unfortunately me and Anas disagreed with me, but I prepared a settlement memorandum that sought to settle this case for $18 million. Just like the jury came back. As you know, in these days, we have all kind of tools that we can use to predict certain things.
Before you go ahead, this is where the contention is, and people saying 80 million, others saying a year 30 million, Now, when you read...
Well, we'll come to that. Let me clarify. Let me just clarify.
Yeah.
Okay. Complaints there, the coin. Yeah, claim for $30 million. $30 million.
Yes, okay.
Yes. And what I'm saying is that at the before the mandatory settlement conference, before the jury is empaneled, even though my client had firmly informed me he had no intention of settling this case because he believes that he ought to go to a jury of his peers to clear his name. But maybe let's just prepare our settlement memorandum, be thorough and be reasonable.
Yeah.
And even though he protested, I prepared a settlement memorandum that sought to settle this case for $18 million US. Okay. Now you do settlement conference, papa about court. Now the lawyers just say what he was willing to settle this matter for, and they said $10,000. So honestly,
it's clarification is very, very important. Normally Ghana.
Okay.
Into Muko Drew Hono. And that's initially, you have a kind of simple street language, and the damages are not paid around $30 million. And the client and ask us, I say, a woman saw pay $30 million, and yes, he can't all pay. In fact, he wants his name to be cleared, and then any priority of going to court.
Yes.
But because of the experience, now unim sibi anyo matino, uno client here and ask us, and say, it will be better and to be reasonable to at least settle on $18 million. And I say, no client and us, you did not really agree, but because he respects you as his counsel and as a lawyer, you people ended up around that money, around that figure, which is $80 million.
Oh yes, and like I said, your lawyer at Awemega, New York.
Oh, yeah.
And also come home. And Andrew D here.
Yeah, you are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Wemega is there.
Yes,
D here is there. Crow is there. Yourself. Basically, as we are speaking to you, we are speaking to all of them because.
Yes. So, the whole team agreed on that, but he was the only reluctant one in settling the matter. But procedurally, we couldn't go to trial without actually going through to the settlement conference.
Yes.
In spite of his reservations, we still almost cut our demand down to about a little over half.
Okay.
But to our surprise, you have a panel buy and also no bit $10,000 to end the case. No. I want to arbitrate and who said no, some way he's saying I'm sure so I can people. So he said basically go and take your gamble in the courtroom. So that's how we ended up going to trial. So to go back to how it ended, so at about 4:50 on Thursday. And the jury brought us in and they told us what unanimously what they had arrived at. But we decided to keep it under wraps because there was a component you multiply 18 million by 5 money do 90 million for a total of about
that was the plan.
Yeah, that was the plan. Yeah, because
to do that. Okay.
Yes. And then you decided to say but we are bold with coming public with the finding of culpability on Thursday.
Yeah.
We ended up leaving that alone. A pursuit of ×5 because almost file emotions be I just say or say to a boss now in terms of that and sana say one way or another I go back I could pursue that ×5 and I say depending on what happens, maybe I bit me German a cafe. At this time, almost my court no say almost busa into swore.
Okay. So at this point, my court who say beba 80 million or almost pentiswo. How many days do they have to file that?
Okay. So at this point, the next thing that's going to happen is that there's going to be a paper. A judgment. I just say court reading seal better so.
Yeah.
That would take a few days, and then after that, I believe there's a 5-day rule that's within which you can file that motion. So a bay motion, depending on how that motion goes.
Okay.
We would get a chance. We may get a chance to attempt to get our ×5 of that 18 million, or a big jam and so depending on how that motion goes.
So for now, 18, Obintiminka said that is the end of the case. It depends.
No, it's not because say, hypothetically, someone to grab back 10, we still have the opportunity to go for times 5.
That is 50. Okay.
Yeah, and to call extra 50 plus. Yeah, hypothetically, someone to back 10 and we can go for another times 5.
You as a Ghanaian and also saw 10 times. Obano anumusio Kennedy I frail. Why mre? Or nantia no you saying? Oh, who the on Denisu Brino. Kennedy Agyapong I say in the court. Insu otusu baba go no ada no akwadwonso no aba sikeni bele junso ehini eye esikeni bele otigana yen kanasem kwasiasam and the America court ye piana kwasha down ho we otimi gina Ghana court no odidi judge atam ni asoso so oh Mr. Kennedy oh honorable America court pure water near 7 no America court Kennedy Agyapong pure water near the man say no otidan wo sa akokɔ maka kyerɛ Ghana fo sa ankɔfo na mo so Ghana na oboba no muhunahuna mo da no they are nobody in Europe and America. They are nobody. And Akwa Kennedy was suppressing the power chronim Ghana chronim. And Otadan Yaman pure water. My mention of more pictures from court today. We have a video. This is a year the see court and Kennedy ni na case in the course not OTA. My mention Joe Markesia Kesium. Send a beya bloggers in Benya Bibi. Kennedy nie case na course nde ewo eye court Kennedy Agyapong na tewo no the lawyer na siri tirase amutumu se mu ayedin $18 million eka eda Kennedy tiri so $18 million na no kasa eni nyome bi a oye Otigana ena omu frustrating call omu the court popo call the same case in Ghana we wini Ghana judges atam case na manso we wini obedu America osade sa case na ba say me wini case ni o Ghana and America court said dabi the na ekoso o Ghana no sebio no mu bonkuro. This is Kennedy the lawyer sorry kasa emfa boga yemre ye jujum me ma bloggers the lawyers na kasa no e defend no emfa Kennedy so neto no ye pia na shekona showdown I am re showdown at court wa din judge bi ani wa onim no eye clerk bi ani wa onim no bailiff bi ani wa onim no sa court we enya ho na kwaka do you know who I am or do you know me? I say yanka do you know me? Do you know me? Haven't you heard about my name? If you don't take care, you take care. Sadia de bini America court e bini ho. It read my lips and na court na kwanchan where Superior Court of New Jersey and yan kwanchan court. We any in some course or quarter me ma gallery ni kakra. Akaboga nkwa ne lawyer ba ko no yehu me bia wafa. Enti ene da ho no New Jersey Superior Court Kennedy Agyapong ene yemia na hyenche no ontimi nkasa boga ye mre onim obi a akwa hunahuna no akoya do you know me? Don't you know I am Akompre ku Kennedy Agyapong? Unim se me free fosu I am the MPP financier ejuma ba enam da pono so na ntwe na bowe wozo kwa wi akokokon Kennedy 18 million at that table so also per 9.5 million meme 9 million the other day the ntwe na bo table no so no we are also pa akokokon and the anas akoku na ntwe abro anas say 18 million ntwe we na ntwe na obowe Kennedy isi ebe wi akokon ne kon tewetia Kennedy Oscar Kennedy betia na wo ha 80 million ska and Kennedy Oscar we see factory kakraka cold store fridge bebre we get see di Kennedy dey osabe president dey obetia enti and then you see what court no lawyer chechim wa unko law school mi awano lawyer dwudwom ema ye nyina yate eye de ekọ the possibility yen ka say for now the 80 million sigya so the possibility is about 90 million is high, and the possibility is about 60 or 50 million is very high. Kennedy appeal in Quadia and a lawyer in the future, no. So, person appeal also of 18 table so near the two contain near Catasso and Sanya Kosha appeal, no. But for now, the Kennedy Baba Abe Perka Krasabia Yenteso, Yateso Crampo, Ebia, medium minim. Maybe a tiba be a 14 and also times Eddie or inti ready basi or say or not client here and in this idea whether to apply for plus times 5 or times the no internet the yen to me can wasem say definite but the suggestion you can wasem the suggestion you understand Agyapong as we speak now or the announce ayum ya anaska $18 million was say offer or so ko church on krata bi diaba no problem announcing lawyers say omo train yate so kra no yetumi te so kra bia $400 $18 million minus $400 money calculation na Kennedy ntia de aka no inti say yate so kra bia judge no obeso te so jury no na say 18 million bia ote so $330 kra inti 18 million minus $330 yen hwe de Kennedy betua eno so asem now.
So, Ebusia, the whole issue about $18 million and now, sorry, me yao, and now, so J. Eddie Free Kennedy or Hini Agyapong Honum for defamation. And my mentor, Bonamin Church, a reporter, and Sakanimu Enfamam. According to Kennedy or Hini Agyapong, the lawyers, this is what they are saying. Wamu awarded $5 million for actual damages, and a woman awarded $5 million for compensatory damages. And a woman awarded $8 million and so for punitive damages. And on the Kaboma, that is 18 million. That is what Anas is taken from Kennedy or Hini Agyapong. But now lawyers are woman and work court for no shupeja woman say. I didn't just say Eke just say $18 million say the idea in ano. Woman best ye papa say woman sa suntina sem national woman ka because this whole thing Kennedy also has an evidence said Anas Anas a quite saying what first why and what didn't videos. It's in an acquire no and the lawyers and Shupeja woman's and woman's say dear Abu Bania dear one best judge in ye papa say judge no emwa woman. It's a wood ye a year and the lawyer near Wakasa say Kennedy or Hini Agyapong's one best womoko. Now womuko put it things in place in the audience and one best social baby PM court. But take note to say Kennedy or Hini Agyapong and his lawyers, they have 30 days to rule on their mistrial. One more 30 days into $18 million. Now you see Kennedy $18 million. Me pacho sisi amena woka said it has not been entered. Eni mremusa eyesika na sarme ya se meje sa sika we. Major $18 million, but because say Kennedy more right they say one appeal to the court into no court no ama one 30 good days say one fanya sa one the ama one beye ina until there is no verdict say Kennedy or Hini Agyapong is going to pay any $18 million after 30 days no say yante wo shade that is when Kennedy or Hini Agyapong is going to pay the $18 million but say one san so kopie mu court na judges for near lawyers for so start na seminar show na Kennedy add the more evidence mu odru ba shane so say that $18 million no enya dia Kennedy or Hini Agyapong betia there been a lot of reports so na Kennedy betia no betia but judge na nkasa mu no kra na case no kra kodi ni nsem no as to say Kennedy betia as to say wontua it is not in their records. So I woke up today seeing a lot of news and I was like, there be idea where there will be a card here wape. But I'm not answer why they mean to me better enough. You man who say na mean 2 foot 1 film go me tie for na ma chef when him. Into monto mobo na me nkwaya me research ni ade na me me research ni ade awia. Nam dia ba betu weni because this is the final way I the man mom see he has 30 days to rule on the mistrial. At the moment there is no verdict because the jury verdict was not entered as a decision of the court. So where from Kennedy is paying 18 million? Kennedy has been sued it. Yes, or see what the 18 million US dollars. But the court has not decided. It's make sure you papa say nkwafo bi the report bi beja wo bi apekwan obefa so a wo benya kakra ho but fiduam hanum say wa ti jadwumedie so de ye hua de na ya authentic news na nkasa e de aba so when it comes to Anas Arme ya Anas and Kennedy or Agyapong wo court in sensem me hye bo sem de mani bedi akire ye papa de better phone bia na meba betena fiduam hanum say na me de aba so
Kumasi Online GH